Hello darlings, welcome back to my channel. So if you are new to my channel, you are highly welcome, and if you are a returning subscriber, you are also welcome. In today's tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to cut a classic princess dart pencil dress for beginners. So please, if this is what you would like to learn, watch this video till the end so you don't miss out on any details. Also like, subscribe and share this video and leave comments. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. So guys, I have the paper on fold. So if you want to cut it on your fabric, make sure that it's on fold. We are starting with the front bodice. As you can see, I have marked out the lines already. This is our shoulder line, which also is our starting line. So from the shoulder to the bust is 11 inches, and the shoulder to the under bust is 14 inches, and the shoulder to the waist is 17 inches, that's the half length, and the shoulder to the hip is 25 inches, and then the shoulder to the full length is 38 inches, and I added 1.5 inch for the hemming allowance. To know how much fabric you put on fold, you needed the highest part of your body measurement. Because it's a straight dress, we need the hip measurement. You divide the hip measurement by 4, and then you add 5 inches or 4 inches extra. But if you are on the smaller size, you add 4 inches. So to start with, we are dividing our shoulder measurements by 2. You divide your shoulder measurement by 2. In this case, I'm using 8 inches for the shoulder measurement, and I'm using 3 inches width and then 3 inches depth for the neckline. You can choose any neckline you want. On the shoulder line, I'll come down 1 inch for the shoulder slope. 1 inch for the shoulder slope, and I'll connect it to the neck point. So now we are going to draw our armhole line, and I'm using 8 inches for the armhole line, and then you are going to draw a straight line like so. Now I'll extend this line outwardly, and that becomes our chest line. So this is our chest line. I label it chest line, that's CL. So now we will create the armhole curve for the front. To do that, you first of all need to insert your bust measurement divided by 4, which is 10.75. Now you come to the armhole line, and then you find the midpoint of this line. The midpoint is 4 inches. Then you come in by 0.75. Then what you do next is to connect your armhole, to connect from this shoulder slope point to this 0.75, and then you bring it to the bust measurement here. So the next thing to do, to insert our dart, and to do that you need your nipple to nipple measurement. The nipple to nipple measurement I'm using is 8 inches divided by 2 is 4 inches, and I'm adding 1/2 inch for the sewing allowance, and this you will insert it on the bust line. Then when you come to the under bust, you minus 1/2 inch from the 4.5, and then you mark 4 inches here, and then on the waistline you also mark 4 inches, on the hip line you mark 4 inches, and on the hem line you mark 4 inches. And after doing that, you are going to connect the line with a straight ruler to the hem line. So I'm connecting from the under bust to the waist, to the hip, and then to the hem line. and then you connect it to the bust point here, like so. So now we are going to create our princess dart, and to do that you measure round your armhole line like this, and whatever you get you divide it into 2. So the midpoint is 5.3. That's the midpoint. What you are going to do next is to connect from this midpoint to the bust point here. So now you go up by 0.75 and come down by 0.75 on the dart leg. If you're on the small size, you take half an inch from each side of the dart line, and if you're on the bigger size, you take 1 inch up and then 1 inch down. So in my case, I'm taking 0.75 and then 0.75 down. Can you see the point? Now you come to the bust point, you come down by 1 inch, and then you go up from the bust point 1 inch. Now to have that sharp pointing on your bust, like this. So the next thing you are going to do is to connect this line to this point, to this 1 inch here. Now you connect from this point also to this 1 inch here. So on this line you took 0.75 up and 0.75 down on the dart line. So it's all amounted to 1.5 inch. So on this second line, you can see that this first line is more longer than the second line. So what you have to do is the 1.5 inch you split here, you extend the second leg upward by 1.5 inch, like this. You extend it up so that you not have shortage when joining the dart. Then you connect it like so. So whatever you extended here with, you add it here. That's, we extended it with 1.5 inches, then you extend it here 1.5 also. Then the next thing to do is to create a new armhole. So you can see our princess dart is formed. So the next thing to do is to insert the dart. You come on the under bust, and then you take 2 inches on the under bust. If you are on the bigger side, you take 2.5 inches. If you're on the smaller size, you take 1.5 inch all the way down. So I'm taking 2 inches on the waistline, 2 inches on the hip line, and then 2 inches on the hem line. After doing that, I'll connect it with my straight ruler. So now what you have to do now is to connect from the 1 inch under the bust line to the under bust with a curved ruler, like this. You see our bust is formed. So because we don't want sharp edge here on the bust line, you blend it in like so. You see? So this is it. Next, I'll come up on the shoulder slope and add half an inch, that's 0.5, for joining allowance on the shoulder. So now that our upper part is formed, the next thing to do is to insert all our body measurements. And I've already inserted the bust measurements. So the next thing to do, to come to the under bust, divide it by 4. So the under bust divided by 4 is 8.5 inches. And then you take whatever you insert for the dart here, that's 2 inches, you add it. Then you come to the waistline. The waist divided by 4 is 9.5. And then the 2 inches we added for the dart, you add it. Then you come to the hip line. Our hip divided by 4 is 11 inches. 11, and then you add the 2 inches for the dart. So whatever you have on the hip line, you minus 1 inch. The hip line we got 11 inches minus 1 inch is 10 inches. So you insert 10 inches on the hemline plus these 2 inches for the dart. So the next thing is to connect from the bust to the under bust, to the waist, to the hip, and then to the hemline. So this is it. Then I will slant the hemline a little bit inside the allowance, like this. So the next thing to do is to add 2 inches allowance for the sewing. So I'm going to add 2 inches to the bust, to the under bust, to the waist, to the hip and the hemline. Then I'll connect it with my ruler. So guys, you can see that our princess dart pencil dress is ready. You can see it and it's very nice. So the next thing to do is to cut it out, then cut the back. So I will label it the front bodice. The front bodice princess dart straight pencil dress. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to cut it out. So I will show you how I will cut it. I'll cut the neckline, the shoulder, and then I'll cut the side. Then I'll cut the princess dart last. Then we'll move to the second part, which is the back. So let me do just that. So guys, this is it. So guys, this is how our front princess dart straight dress look like. You start joining from the armhole like this. Then you get it exactly so that you not get shortage of fabric. You join it to the lower part. So this is it. So guys, if you want to combine maybe 2 fabric together, 2 colors together, you can use the side bodice for another color, and you can even use a plain color here. You use African fabric here, or you can use 2 different colors. The middle, that's the center front, will be different color, and then the side front will be different color, and the back can be one color. Or you can choose to make both the front bodies, that's the center front with the center back the same color, and then the side front and the side back the same color to give it that beauty. Or you can choose to just sew your dress with one color. So let's go to the back bodice now.